Her name was Ella, Ella, Ella. They called her Cinderella, Ella, Ella. She had an umbrella, brella, brella, into my arms forever, ever, ever. Into my arms forever, ever, ever. Cinderella, released in 2015 and is directed by Kenneth Branagh, who's behind such films like Henry V, Hamlet, Murder on the Orient Express, and Thor. Well, it hurts. And this film is starring Lily James, Richard Madden, and Cate Blanchett. This version of Cinderella is a live-action version based on the cartoon from Walt Disney. The story focuses on a young girl named Ella, who had the most perfect life on the planet with the most perfect parents anyone could ask for. And Disney 101, what happens when everything is going perfectly? Someone's gonna die. And after the sudden tragic death of her mother, her father marries Lady Tremaine, who will come to be known as the evil stepmother. But then, after tragedy strikes her life again, Ella is left all alone with her evil stepmother and her evil stepdaughters. And the only out that she sees of this miserable, miserable life is a proposition from the young prince of the kingdom, who is offering his hand to the most fairest of all maidens in the kingdom. Which, if I was someone living in that kingdom and Richard Madden was my prince looking for, you know, a companion, he's looking for a queen, but he has to be looking for anyone. Whew. Throw myself at him. I am heterosexual, but I'm comfortable enough with my sexuality to say that that man, Richard Madden, is fine. I would be lying if I was saying that, you know, things weren't moving when he was on screen. What can I say? Things were getting tingly. Yay for Disney review. But here we are with the first of many live-action remakes, at least in the last 5 years, from all these Disney classic cartoons, right? Because this is 2015, and I think that Jungle Book was 2016, and then it was Beauty and the Beast, and then Lion King, and then Aladdin. So yeah, I think this one was the whole start to the, hey, let's actually take the cartoon version, let's not change the story at all, but let's take it, and let's just adapt it for the live-action screen. And I'll be honest, this is, if it's not the best, it is the second best live-action remake of those cartoons that Disney has produced so far. I don't know, I haven't seen Mulan yet. Was supposed to see it already, but it's been delayed and delayed and delayed with all this COVID stuff, so as of now, Cinderella is magnificent, and I love it. Starting off, is there any other perfect person to play Cinderella than Lily James? She is one of the most likable actresses on this planet. It has to be her. How else are birds and mice gonna talk to someone? It has to be Lily James. And I'm so happy that they kept the mice in this movie, because that's like my favorite part from the cartoon. And whenever they do like a live action remake, I'm always worried like, oh, they're probably gonna change the cartoon version into this weird like small human sidekick that I'm gonna find annoying. I know that's what they did for Aladdin on Broadway. They totally took a boo out of it, so ain't Aladdin to me. But she is so angel-like in the fact that her willingness to forgive and her positivity on the worst situations that anyone could have, seeing both of her parents who she madly loved just die, and then to be thrown into this terrible, terrible world with Cate Blanchett as the evil stepmother. You feel so bad for her. There's not a single bone in my body that's like, oh, well, maybe you had it coming. No, Ella is perfect, and Lily James plays it so well. And she's not even so likable that you hate her, too. And you know those people, the people that are just so bubbly and so cheery and just so great that you're like, gosh, would you ever just have a bad day for once in your life? God. No, Lily James as Cinderella is perfect. I love her to death. But the best casting and the best performance of this film, you know it's coming. It's Cate Blanchett as the evil stepmother. Oh my god. Whereas Lily James is someone that you can't hate, and as Cinderella, you can't hate at all, you root for her. Cate Blanchett as the evil stepmother, there's not a single part of her that is redeemable. I hate her. This is one of the most hateful characters that I have ever seen on screen. I love to hate her. She would have been a fantastic wrestler back in the 80s. Oh, you love to find those characters that you love to hate. We know Cate Blanchett. She's commanding on screen in any film that she is in. Even in that trash film Indiana Jones 4. I'm not even going to say the full title, it's just Indiana Jones 4. It's not part of the original trilogy. We don't like talking about it. But even in that, she is commanding whenever she's on screen. And it's no exception here. She is devious and I want to find something to latch on to. I typically do that with villains in film. Maybe there's something about them that, oh, well, I can see from their point of view, and I can see where they're coming from, and I have a little empathy when it comes to you and your situation. With her, it's the writing and it's the performance. There's not a single thing that I can latch on to say, oh my god, maybe you are redeemable. There is nothing. She is pure evil, and she needs to just go away. I'm not going to wish death on anyone, even though I really want to with her character. It's perfect casting. Probably one of the best castings in the last decade, at least. And you can tell that this stepmother has done this before, where she's a gold digger, and she has gone from one wealthy man, and after that wealthy man has either passed away or cheated on her, she'll go to the next one, and the next one, just fighting for some sort of survival for her daughters and herself. Which on paper kind of sounds redeemable, but the way that she goes about doing it, no. I hate her. Now, in terms of adapting from the original source material, the original cartoon, into this live-action movie, and stretching it out to be about 2 hours, as opposed to, like, an hour and a half, or however long the original cartoon was, I think they actually do a masterful job here. It's all that backstory from Cinderella. When the cartoon starts, she's already the handmaiden to her stepsisters and her stepmother. We don't see where she came from or how she got into that situation. We see it here. And it's heartbreaking because it's coming. It starts off and the skies are blue and the sun is out and everything is perfect. And what's about to happen. These parents are gonna die. And you see how this evil stepmother just slowly deteriorates her entire positive life into this shell of a person that is now just in indentured servitude. But what I enjoy the most about this interpretation of Cinderella is the relationship of Cinderella and the prince. It's not just, oh, hey, there's a man out there and I need to latch myself to him. That way I can survive and live happily ever after because he's a man and he's a king and he is rich. No, these two actually kind of meet before the ball even happens, and she doesn't even know that he's a prince. She starts liking him as the person that he is, whereas he is liking her for who she is. Two people falling in love for who they are, not based on their title or based on the thing that they have between their legs. I really like that. Which makes the whole ball and the search with the glass slipper thing more believable for me. They don't just see each other at first sight and start dancing and know that, oh yes, I'm destined to be with you because you're just so beautiful. No, they see each other, they dance, and then they have a conversation and a talk about each other, and they get to know one another. Thank you, Kenneth Branagh. Thank you very much for fixing that for me. If I'm gonna dock this movie at all, it's the visual effects. They are not impressive here. The mice, all the parts where everything is turning into the carriage and the animals turning into the carriageers or whatever you call the people that drive carriages. But everything CGI felt CGI to me, and not good CGI. Like, this is like kind of like early to mid 90s where you can tell, like, oh yes, yep, that's computer generated. That's not real. I just felt very disappointed. This is Disney. They have all the monies and all the artists in the world. They have them locked in a room somewhere to do this. I just thought it would have been better. But it's nothing that's going to deter me from the magnificent story that they have and that they've elaborated on, and the wonderful performances. Again, Lily James, Cate Blanchett, they are magnificent here. They're the best things about this movie. I want to keep watching them, even though I hate Cate Blanchett's character. I want to keep watching this movie because the performance is so good and it's so real, and I want to keep hating her. And I'm not a hateful person. She's able to get that out of me. I can't stand this stepmother. And then there's also Richard Madden, and I've already proclaimed my love for him, apparently. So, Whew. Is it bad during the whole ballroom scene that I was thinking, oh god, please don't start playing that weird cello music and then close all the doors? I don't want this to be a red wedding situation. Would Kenneth Branagh go there? Would he turn the Cinderella ball into the red wedding from Game of Thrones? They don't, but there was a part of me that was like, oh god, is something bad about to happen? Is his pregnant wife about to be stabbed again? I'm gonna give Cinderella 4.5 out of 5 Blu-rays.
It's good. It's good.
Alright everyone, now comes my favorite part of my videos where I pick which movie I'm going to be watching next, and we are continuing our recommendation. We're coming to the end here in August, and with the next recommendation, I wanted to give it to the Owl Reviewer, who has been one of my big supporters here on YouTube. He's actually the only one that actually messages me on Twitter as well, but he recommended a nice little silent film called The Kid, which is from the magnificent, brilliant comedic mind of Charlie Chaplin. He had great things to say about it. I've actually never seen it, and now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think I've actually ever seen a Charlie Chaplin film. I've seen several scenes. I've watched that monologue from The Great Dictator over and over and over again. It's a great monologue. But I've never watched a Charlie Chaplin silent film all the way through. So this will be a first for me. Would you be upset if I did the entire review as a silent film? Like I didn't say anything, but I went through my whole spiel like I normally do in silent film with like a track playing underneath it? Kind of toying with that idea. I might do that next time. I hope that doesn't offend you, the Owl Reviewer, but I kind of want to play with that now. I'm excited. I'm going to check this one out, and then I'm going to... Yeah, let's do that. So thank you very much, Owl Reviewer, for the recommendation. If any of you have recommendations of films that you want me to review on here, leave your comment below this video. Go to my Facebook page, my Instagram, or my Twitter. Leave your recommendation there, and if I have access to it, I will watch, review it, and give you a shout out on the channel. Also, if you want to make a PayPal donation to support me and this channel, make it a little bit bigger than it's been for the last couple of years, you can click on the donate button on the main page of my YouTube channel. Any size donation would be great. With your donation, please send your movie recommendation there, and I will expedite it to the front of the line. I've already had a couple of donations that have kind of intersected their way into my schedule, so I'm doing it, and I'm getting some recommendations and donations, so your support is fantastic. I love all of you, so if you want to help support me, anything would be greatly appreciated. So guys, have you seen Cinderella? What did you think about it? Or if you've never seen it before and you stumbled across it because of this video, then comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell so you know the next time I release my next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time with my review of The Kid, whether it's in silence or whether it is a talkie. So in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.